Welcome back to Better Living. Well, it's our favorite time of year. It's Bikes for Kids time, and this week is the first giveaway week. We talked last week about how you need to nominate kids that are doing great things, whether it's in your neighborhood, at your church, family members, whatever the case may be. And so this week we've given away our first bikes. Julie's here from Children's Services, actually.
Yep.
And that's because the winners, winners, that's a good term.
Winners.
Yes, absolutely.
Winners.
This week's first winners of bikes are actually some very special kids who are kind of getting a new lease on life. Tell us about the first winners.
Well, our first winners are three children who were in the news quite a bit over the past couple of weeks. They were removed from a home under some very difficult conditions, yes. Particularly one of the children. They are currently in foster care. We can't reveal their names
right.
or where they're at because of safety reasons, but they're kids who really need that new lease on life. And being in foster care, there are so many things that you cannot do because there's so many restrictions and stuff, but the one thing that kids can do is ride a bike.
Yes.
And these bicycles, I think, might be the first for these kids. We'll really give them a chance to do that, have that freedom that a bicycle will bring, and maybe bring a little joy to their lives as they begin a new adventure, you know?
Well, it is the young lady who was found or escaped from a basement that we, again, have talked about in the news a lot in the last, has it been a month now?
Almost a month.
Almost a month. And then there were two siblings in the house.
Correct, two younger siblings.
And we don't know all the circumstances in that home, and frankly, as a parent, I don't know that I want to know all the circumstances in that home, but horrific to say the least. And you know what? It's great that they can just be kids right now. And it brings up, I want to show video from yesterday. Let's do that. And then I want to talk about foster care situations too, because I think this is a great time for us to do that.
Absolutely.
But we've got some video of you guys getting the bikes yesterday. They're fun bikes too. Oh, these are great bikes.
These are awesome bikes. I mean, Wurzel's has been around forever, and they only do great stuff. So we want to thank our friends at Wurzel's and our friends at Mommy Valley Moving, as well as the Chuck Boyk Law Office. But these are incredible bikes. There's helmets, there's locks. These bikes are set to go, and what will happen is they were delivered to the agency yesterday. Yes. Our caseworker is going to be driving the bikes to these kids in the next week, and then we're going to set up a special visit in addition to her normal visit. So they're going to have a big surprise. They have no idea this is coming.
Fun.
And the community has been incredibly generous. We know time and again that when we've ever asked for anything, the community steps up, and you know, this shows what Toledo really is all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, we do want to point out there are 3 bikes. Normally, each week we give away 1 bike, and that's thanks to Mommy Valley Movers. They stepped up and came up with those other 2 bikes.
They sure did, and we can't thank them enough. That was a very generous act on their part.
Well, speaking of generous acts, you do have foster families that are, in this case, taking in those 3 kids so they can be together. They are siblings, and you know, really, I don't think foster families get enough praise and attention. It's a tough job.
It can be a tough job because, you know, you got to remember they're taking care of someone else's children, and those children, chances are, have suffered some kind of trauma from abuse or neglect. And children, you know, depending on their age and what's happened in their lives, have a varying ability to deal with that trauma. So the foster parents, who are highly trained, you know, we give them lots and lots of training, they have to help those kids go back to just being kids. And they have to help them overcome what has happened to them. And oftentimes our foster parents work with the biological family to help them recover from whatever the situation is going on in their lives. So our foster parents are just amazing people, but we need more of them.
Yes.
We definitely need more of them.
I think it's amazing because they love these kids, they love on them, they let them be kids again, and then they have the ability to love them so much that they a lot of times let them go back to their biological families, and I think that's just a remarkable gift that they have.
It is. You know, it's a hard choice for many of them.
Sure.
You know, they want these kids become part of their families, but you know, if the parent is able to complete their case plan and make their home safe again, of course the child needs to go home.
Absolutely.
And you know, so many of our foster parents, you know, kiss them goodbye and say, you know, say farewell. But it's amazing too how many of them stay in touch over the years. You know, we hear from foster
Sure.
parents who say, yeah, this child grew up and is on his own, but you know what, every year at Christmas he comes to say hi, or you know, stays in touch with me. So foster parents really do make
Very special.
a profound effect on our kids.
If somebody's interested in being a foster parent, they just need to reach out to you all?
Absolutely. We have a couple different ways. You can call our foster care and adoption hotline, which is 419-213-3336, or they can visit our website, which is lucaskids.net. I will say we have training coming up the week of June 20th. We have the pre-service training to become a foster or adoptive parent, and that's available. It's free of charge. It's at the agency. Go to the website and you can get more information.
All right, check that out. And also check out Toledo Bikes for Kids, because Bikes for Kids Toledo, I told Annika I'd mess it up. I do every year. Bikes for Kids Toledo. Nominate a kid that is doing great things that you know, because we want to give away these fantastic bikes. Let kids be kids. We'll be right back.